We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone to today's update call for our digital marketing and our YES system, the Longevity Engagement System. I'm Dave Nabrotsky, and I just wanted to take a minute and first thank everyone for your patience and for your support in launching this system. This is a huge undertaking. We're getting more and more resources and more people involved, which only does one thing, and that is to better the system and improve the tools that we've created for you and help us all get the results that we want in this new digital online world that we live in. So what I wanted to do today is I'll give kind of a recap for those, I know some of that are joining this call. This may be their very first time kind of being introduced to the YES system. And so I just want to take a few minutes, really briefly. We're not going to dive into specific training in the different areas. Today I'm going to give you just a quick overview, and more than anything I wanted to give you some updates of things that we're working on and things that you can expect as we're trying to gather a lot of information from each of you on things that you want to see done better and more efficiently with the system. I thank everyone for participating in this incredible poll that we posted on our private Facebook page. We're getting some great ideas. I posted, I think it was 10 or 11 different landing pages that we can do. We've already have 10 created, but we want to create more to represent our wide variety of different products and genres and categories.
Ever notice how saving money never goes out of style? Good times and bad, paying less just has a nice ring to it. And it's even nicer when you can save money on premium quality lifestyle enhancement products you just can't find in stores. There's over 2,500 unique and exclusive healthy lifestyle offerings. Things like Nutritional Health Breakthroughs by Dr. Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie biomedical research pioneer. Vital mineral supplementation can have a major impact on your health and quality of life. Plus, there's scientifically based sports nutrition, healthy energy drinks, and more. You'll also see results with the healthy and sensible weight management technologies, only available here. Not only shed those pounds, but maintain your new figure too. Speaking of meals, there's premium, non-GMO, delicious storable food for camping, everyday meals, and for when things get really bad. It's the healthy choice in food security. Imagine healthy, no-guilt chocolate, a healthier coffee with anti-aging properties, and much more. You know what else I discovered? Common beauty products aren't that healthy for you. That's why you'll want to consider the latest in non-toxic, organic, anti-aging and rejuvenation treatments you'll find here. To complete your new radiant look, try a radically new concept in jewelry. Imagine a 12-in-1 elegant jewelry set that'll let you go from casual to romance-ready in just seconds. Always have the right jewelry to complement your lifestyle. And you know what's really sweet? Free shipping too. That means no more waiting for special sales or holiday deals. There's so many other exclusive products I could tell you about, but discovering them for yourself is half the fun. Let us know where we can send you more information, and we'll keep you in the loop on this rare treasure trove of one-of-a-kind lifestyle enhancement products.
As you can imagine, it's very tough to represent all 3,000-4,000 of Longevity's products, but with these landing pages, our goal is to at least highlight the main areas that really make up a bulk of Longevity sales, from fashion and jewelry to health and nutrition to essential oils and so forth. So I posted that poll. If you haven't already gone on to the private Facebook page, go ahead and do that, and you can vote for up to 3 landing pages. And what I'll do is I'll take those results, and that will determine what we create next. So we would like to create another 3 landing pages, and then we'll follow that up with another 2 after that. And based on the poll and what you guys, what gets the most votes, that's kind of where we'll start on that. Okay, so let me kind of back up and just explain a little bit more about why the system was created. I felt a huge need to take Longevity, and saw the need, I should say, to take, in order for Longevity to reach $1 billion in sales, that we needed to provide, or have provided for us, the tools and digital resources to allow us to grow and to really grow exponentially and well beyond our warm markets, well beyond, truthfully, even the countries that we live in, and really reach this global marketplace. And so we put together a wide variety of tools, kind of all under one umbrella. And what we'll do is week by week we'll provide some training. I'm going to talk about training towards the end of today's webinar. but we'll provide training in brief 10 to 15 minute little training videos that you can walk through step by step and learn this system and learn things that you can do. This is not introducing necessarily a new company to you. It's taking Youngevity and just helping you put together that overall system. Let me give some examples, just some of the things that the system does. We've got website tracking. So right now, we all have a replicated Youngevity website. So that's where we send people for them to be able to shop and to enroll. And that's wonderful. The challenge, though, is that when we send people there, we really don't know, except for when they obviously buy something, we really don't know what they're shopping for. What are they looking for? What are they interested in? And so this tool allows, through the website tracking, allows us to send people to your Youngevity website, your own personal one, and it will track each and everything that happens there. So how does it do that? We've got lead capture pages, and I'll post when I post this recording on the site. I'll put some screenshots so you can actually see some of the images as I'm talking as well. Give you a little better idea of what some of these landing pages are and what they look like. But they're basically a quick headliner, some bullet points, and then maybe one video and a few pictures just to kind of intrigue them. All we're trying to do with these landing pages is gather their information, a name and an email, and in exchange we want to provide something of value to them. So whether it is we're offering maybe an instant PDF download, for example, on the mineral makeup page they can enter their information and then have access to a comparison chart that compares our mineral makeup to some of the major makeup brands that are out there and some of the ingredients that are within them. Maybe the essential oil page has an instant download that is the top 10 essential oils and how to use them within your homes and your household use. So anyways, we're providing something of value to them in exchange for their information. And then what happens is from there, they're directed to your website. And the website, through your back office, tracks everywhere they go, every tab they click on, the order that they click on them. It'll tell you what videos they watched, even how much of the video that they watched. So some of you are familiar with some email marketing that kind of does this, right? Whether it be MailChimp or whatnot, you can send an email blast to a bunch of people and it will tell you who opens it and things like that. So this does that, but goes well beyond what any of those types of services can do. Because again, it's not just going to track what happens with our emails that we send to prospects or customers, but it will track your actual website as well. So anybody in the world that visits your sites, whether they come there for the first time, the second time, third time, or whatever, you're notified in real time every time you've got a site visitor. How does that happen? Well, when you go in to set up an account, you can choose how you want to be notified, whether it be through text or email. We've got iPhone apps, Android apps. You can have pop-ups on your desktop, however you want to be notified. And it's really exciting because if you think about it, I can be out at the movies, and all of a sudden I get a little pop-up on my phone that says, hey, somebody's on your website. It's really fun to see activity that's actually happening. Sometimes in this business, and in any business, we put forth lots of effort, but we don't always see the results instantly, and a lot of that is because we don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. So this system and these tools are to help us kind of have eyes on the wall, if you will, to see what is happening within our business and especially within our online website. Okay? So it's got some website tracking, again, in real time. We've got the ability with this website to translate this up to 85 different languages. So one of the things I wanted to announce as part of our new announcements that we're working on is we just completed translating our entire back office for this system. Again, this is separate from our corporate website and back office. This system is independent from that. So when you register, you'll be able to log on and have access to this back office and all the tools that are within that. And you can choose what language, of course, that you prefer. But we just completed French and we just completed Spanish, and we are about halfway done, almost done with our Mandarin, Cantonese, and Malay. As we start to expand into some international markets, that's not going to affect too many of you right now. But if you think about it, it's a powerful thing. What other way can we reach out to people in other countries, especially even those that don't even speak maybe our particular language quite as well or whatnot, to be able to have marketing tools that we can actually market to them. And then as those people enroll, they then could have access to this entire system in their own language. So we've got multiple language website tools.
You can see our back office here in just the demo system. We've loaded a few languages for you to see, Vietnamese. So if that's the default language that the client has chosen, your distributor is going to be able to see everything in his or her back office in the language of their choice. And we can accommodate any language. You just tell us how many languages you're going to be marketing to. Same thing on the front end sites. Here's another example of Vietnamese, so they can be in the languages of choice that you want to market to. It makes it great for global applications.
So that's one of the announcements that I wanted to let you know, that we've finished our French and Spanish, in addition to, of course, the English. All right. The system also provides an incredible follow-up system, and we'll have the training sessions just on each and every one of these things. For example, think about your system. What is it that you do right now to remind yourself to follow up with people? You meet with someone, maybe it's a stranger that you ran into at the restaurant, and you had a conversation with them and talked to them maybe a little bit about longevity and found out what each other does for work. And they expressed some interest, and you said, hey, I'll be in touch. How many times have we taken their information, we put it on a piece of paper, we crumble it up, put it in our pocket, and it goes into that black hole? And sometimes, maybe more often than we want to realize or admit, we forget. And so this system has a way to take each and every customer and provide, there's a way you can schedule something and have digital reminders that pop up, whether it be text or email or on your phone or iPad app, however you want to do it. And it will remind you, hey, you were supposed to call so-and-so. And you can click on that person's information or that person's name, and it'll pull up all the information, all the notes that you've taken and put into the system regarding that person. Another very important thing, because so many times we're coming across people, and as weeks go by, and especially as months go by, and at times even years go by, we don't remember every single person that we talk to. We see their names and we're like, who is that person again? How many times have you done that, by the way? I certainly have. I find a piece of paper with someone's name and their phone number on it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't remember what I'm supposed to do with it. And so, because I'm not sure, often I won't call. So anyways, this system is a way to organize your contacts and help you in a really a contact management system built within it. You can spend $20, $30, $40 a month easily in Salesforce or other types of contact management software. And so again, what we wanted to do is take the resources that people were using out in the field, put them all under one umbrella. We get a lot more volume done that way, and so we can negotiate much better prices, and that's what we've done. I will tell you the pricing. We won't go too much into the pricing and things today, because you can go to ygysystem.com, and it'll explain the 3 different options and the pros and cons of each one. But there is no way in the world that you can go out anywhere out there and find a system that has these types of things, let alone customized to longevity, but just even the tools itself, all under one umbrella for the prices that we're offering. So we're really, really excited about the value that each of us get. Okay, follow-up system. You also can get access to your own toll-free number, whether it's an 800 number or a vanity number. You can do that. You'll get your own conference bridge, so as you do team calls or even calls, 3-way calls, or maybe you've got a group in a particular area, you can provide them your own conference bridge phone number. They can all call in, and it's got a great way for you to communicate with audio, and you can even record those sessions too. So if it was a team, a monthly team get-together conference call, you can record that and have it available to those who were not able to attend with unlimited storage capabilities with that. We've also got, as a tool, a webinar platform. So some people love to do webinars, or you'll refer people to maybe an upline that does a webinar to introduce the opportunity, or maybe it's a product webinar. And this is a way that we can record some of the best webinars that are out there among our leaders, and then give each of us access to those webinars. Well, why does that make a big difference through the system? Well, because usually out there, what people will do is their upline will have a webinar, a particular site that they send everybody to, but there's not really a great way or any way to track those people that attend the webinar, and there certainly isn't, maybe, at least from what I've seen, a great way for uplines to then communicate to people, and especially if it's someone that's not even within their upline, right? There's always that challenge. And so people were leery of sending people to these webinars. So this is a way that we can upload. Let's say somebody's done an incredible, let's say Scarf Lewis has done an incredible opportunity webinar, and we record that, we upload it to the system. Now everybody, each of you, can have access to that webinar. You get your own customized link. So you send people to that, they watch the webinar, and it's you're the one that's notified in real time. They're getting reminders, automated ones from you to watch the webinar. Thank you for attending the webinar, and so forth. And then you can also set them up to have automatic emails beyond that. So if they were calling in on a particular product or a particular opportunity, you can send them subsequent things, or the system can, maybe once a month, to educate them and just tell them a little bit more about some of the things you talked about previously. Why is that so important? This is really, I think, the key to the system and to online marketing, and really marketing in general. As we approach people, we all know this, not everyone says yes, right? Not everyone is ready. As great as we do to present the products or the opportunity, there are times where people, it's just not the right time in their life. It's not the right fit, or for whatever reason, they're just not open-minded to it, and that's fine. And so we wanted to create this system that allows us to just nurture relationships and nurture people, not bombard them with spam emails and all this information all at once. We want to have a system that finds out on its own, as they go to your website, what are they interested in? What do they want to learn about? And then as we find that out and capture that information, then we can market those with specific targeted campaigns all around the things that they're interested in, not the things that we think they're interested in or the things that we're interested in, but what they want and what would actually engage them. Okay? All right, let's keep going. I want to make sure I keep this training to 30 minutes or less, or this update call to 30 minutes or less. You also have a video database within there. So we've taken the best videos out there, and we're constantly uploading more and more. And we wanted to have a central place that you can go to access longevity videos. Most of them, if not, well, not all of them, but most of them are ones that corporate put together, but there are some on there that the field has done that are excellent and that you have access to. And so with this video database, how it differs from, let's say, YouTube, is that you can take the video. First of all, YouTube is wonderful, but one of the disadvantages of it is that you can send someone to a YouTube video, but what happens at the very end of that video? Usually, they get a little pop-up on it, or it tells them, it recommends videos to watch next. And often, usually, those are not our videos. They're just random other. Sometimes they're not even videos within our own company, right? It's just people have tagged those videos with certain things, and so YouTube tries to, has the system that they try to put together and recommend things that they think are going in line with whatever video that you just watched. So that's a disadvantage to us, and you also ads and things that pop up. So within this, you don't have to worry about that at all. We host all of our videos on the same server as Netflix does, so very stable, very secure. And you can send someone an email, a newsletter, any kind of follow-up message, and embed videos within that message. So it's not a, right now you can send someone an email and you can put in there a link to watch a video. Well, in this you can actually embed that link in there, so that way they don't have to even leave the site or leave the email. And the reason that's important is because now in real time, if they opened up the email, if they watched the video, you would even know, it would track for you how much of the video they watched. Did they watch 5% of it? Did they watch 50% of it? Did they watch all of the video? And that tells you a great deal, because now you can kind of filter and say, hey, this handful of people, they watched most of the video. they probably have a little bit more interest, I would say, than someone who watches for 3 seconds and then stops watching it, right? And so this system can help filter and qualify people and customers so that you can spend time with those people who have who've expressed the interest in what you're sending them, the information that you're giving to them. Okay? All right, video database, newsletters, I've kind of gone over that. Newsletters right now, by the way, a quick update on that. What we're striving to do, our vision with the newsletters is that as we get more and more subscribers and then therefore have more resources to fund this project, we can hire graphic designers and people that can generate some custom templates for Youngevity. And then what we would do is then we upload that to your back office, and then all that you'd have to do is just go in there, and if you wanted to, you don't have to, but if you wanted to edit it a little bit, add your own picture or something, you can do that. But the way that the system works is we can upload a newsletter. You can then go in and elect which of your customers from your email list you want to get that newsletter if they didn't already sign up for it themselves. Remember, on those landing pages, we gather their information, their name and their phone number, and often it'll say something on there that they're signing up for a newsletter, and we can send them monthly information. And so you can go in there and click those buttons, and then automatically have those newsletters be pushed out to your clients. And when they get it, it comes from you. It would have your information, your website, your links, your social media connections, your picture, and so forth. So very different than a lot of companies out there in the direct sales world, where corporate will send out kind of this blast to all of our customers, but it doesn't necessarily have your information on it. It often actually will have, Youngevity corporate has the 800 number, and so when they call back, we want to make sure that every effort you do with your customers and your prospects are linked back to you so that you get credit for that. All that traffic is driven back to you. Okay? All right. We've got about a little over 5 minutes here. We also within the system have email autoresponder campaigns that you can use, the ones we've created, or create your own. This system allows you to present your business 24/7, right? Whether it be through a webinar, whether it be through audio recordings that you've done, or you can plug them into other ones. And again, don't get overwhelmed. It can be very overwhelming, I admit. There's so many things the system does, okay? Today I'm just giving you that overview and some updates on the system. Starting next week, what we're going to do with our training, I'll kind of go into that now, is we will, we've already recorded 6 training sessions. We've got another 20 or so that are in the back office. And what we're doing is, I used to do these hour-long trainings, and I think people were getting a little bit overwhelmed. So what we're doing is we're just breaking it up into each section. For example, one training might be how to drive people to your website. Right? What are things you can do? What are some of the strategies and tactics to use your social media channels, right? Whether it's your personal or business Facebook, or maybe you've got a website, maybe you've got a blog, whatever it may be. What are some things that you can do to drive traffic to your landing pages? Okay, we can, for example, we would encourage you to put your new landing pages and your new website on the bottom of your email as your signature. So that way, when people click on it, instead of going directly to the corporate site, they go to your marketing site. It tracks everything for them, and then when they're ready to shop the store or to enroll, they click on a button, and that instantly connects them to your Youngevity replicated website, and that's where they would officially shop and enroll. Okay, so we're kind of providing this bridge site, kind of a marketing site, so that we can track again the things that they're doing. So we'll have a training session on that. One other week will be just on how to have a better follow-up system. So basically taking people that you've already had maybe in the email list, or as you move forward and as you talk to more people, we'll walk you through, all right, you get their name. Let's say you're out in the field. What do? Well, you pull up the app that's on the phone or an iPad. You can jot it down on a piece of paper too, but you might as well do it this way. It's going to save you a step. So you could be out in the field at a restaurant. You hit your app, click one button, click new contact, and you put in there, right, Joan from whatever restaurant, and you could even write some notes and get her phone number and say, hey, well, it's great to meet you. We'll be in touch. and then you hit save as she walks away, that instantly is uploaded to your contact management system digitally, where you can then provide follow-up calls and schedule things and to remind you to help her make progress in giving her information that'll help her make decisions to hopefully eventually shop, to buy something, or to enroll. Obviously, those are the two actions that we're trying to drive people to, knowing that people do things on their own time. And some people take a lot longer, and some people are ready to make a decision right away. We just want to make sure we attract everybody, and that when we get a no, we're not bothered by that. We just realize now it's just not the right time for them, but we put them in the system, nurture them, right? Nurture that seed and let it grow, let it take root, and in time, hopefully it bears fruit, and you're in a position, because you've stayed in front of them, right? Because you've shown that you've cared, even if it's through an automated system, you've stayed in front of them to give them information, let them know, hey, we're not trying to sell every time we send them an email, right? I hope you don't do that. It's definitely not what this system's going to do. We want to just stay in front of them and nurture them and provide value-added content. That's what's going to educate them, especially when it comes to our health and nutrition products, right? Educate them and create their interest and their desire within that, okay? We'll have trainings on, how to create a newsletter. We'll have trainings on, email campaigns and what you want to do. So again, these will be 15-minute videos, and what we're going to do is, we've got some of these already recorded. As a subscriber, because I realize not everyone can attend a webinar all at the same time, as a subscriber, what we'll do is you will automatically we'll push that out to you once a week. So you will get that week's 15-minute training, okay? And then as we build upon this foundation and record these videos, we'll store them in the back office, so that eventually, after a couple months, you're going to have somebody can enroll in the system and have access instantly to all the different trainings that are on there. And again, 15 minutes or less for each one. Maybe you're struggling in a particular area. Maybe you're having a hard time inviting, like how to invite somebody. So you can click on and maybe watch that week's video on how to invite. Maybe you're struggling on following up, or maybe asking for the sale. You're great at educating them and telling them about longevity, but it's maybe a challenge to then, ask for a check. How do you transition that? So we'll talk about, or we'll have a training specifically on that too. Okay. Lastly, but not least, two more things that I'm really excited. These are into our announcements now that I've kind of given you an overview. Okay, we've got about 3 minutes left here. So some of the other things that we're working on is an auto-posting Facebook feature. So we've already built it out. We can make it live on the sites. We're going to do a little bit more testing on it. But basically what it does is, I think, how many of us get overwhelmed with even just social media, right? What do we post? How often do we post it? What do we create? Do we have to create things on our own, or do we have to use things that corporate has provided? And so what we've done is, I hired a graphic designer, and we have taken, let me back up for a second. So Longevity creates posts and creates pictures. The challenge with some of those is that almost always they watermark that with their own URL. Maybe it's Longevity Facebook, or maybe it's the longevity.com, or whatever it may be. Usually it's facebook.com/longevity. The challenge, and that's wonderful. It's great that they create this wonderful content for us, but I know a lot of people are hesitant to share that, because they share that, and people then go to the Longevity site, or even the longevity.com main site. They can shop from there, and so people are worried that if they share certain posts and certain things, what if they lose them? What if that person sees that watermark image, clicks and types that URL in, and that's where they go instead of maybe going to your site? So what we've done is we've taken there's 3,900 pictures that Longevity's, or posts I should say, on their Facebook. We've taken the top 1,000, so 1,000 pictures. If you posted one picture a day, right, you've got several years of pictures available to you. And what we've done is we removed the watermark and we enhanced the image. Sometimes they'll post things, and sometimes the quality isn't always super great. And so what we've done is we've taken those 1,000 images, enhanced them, did Photoshop, took off the URL, and made them non-branded. And so everybody that is a subscriber, and you do have to be a subscriber to have access to all of these tools, of course, that you'll have access to these 1,000 pictures, and so you don't have to ever worry about, and they're all approved, by the way. 1,000 of these are all approved. They're all from corporate. Some of them have some sayings, and some of them are quotes. They're not always advertisements, but for those that are watching this recording, I'll actually put on some examples of some of the images that we've done, just so that you can kind of see. And then we thought, how great would it be if we had a system that you don't have to do the auto posting, but let me just explain what it is really quickly. You can take these pictures, we upload them into the system, and then you can say, basically click a button that says, yes, I want one a day to be posted to my Facebook account. So you give it access to that, and it would auto post that picture for the day for you. So you don't have to even think about taking the photo, sharing it, or reposting it, coming up with the caption, and so forth. You certainly are welcome to do that, but if you wanted to take a look at the pictures that are up there and then create a little sentence or two on your own, customize it, you can do that from there. You have access to all 1,000 pictures and doing that. You don't have to go out and spend the amount of money that it takes to have a graphic designer do that. So anyways, that's another tool that we're putting together for you, the auto posting. The pictures, by the way, will be available this time next week. So they'll all be uploaded. I don't know for sure if the auto posting will be live yet. We're still just going through a few more little tests on that. But anyways, really, really excited about these pictures that you guys can help to have non-branded, great marketing pictures to market your business and hopefully generate interest out in this global online world for people to take action and have a way that you can serve them and provide a great service and opportunity for them. Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining the call again. Highlight the main things. We've got our 1,000 pictures. We've got an auto-posting Facebook feature that will allow you to have it automatically post to your own personal or business Facebook pages with corporate-approved images and content that are on there. We've got our new training program that is not just going to be we'll still do, as we're building these out, some live events so that we can do some Q&As. But we'll have these done for you, automatically pushed out to subscribers, so that way you can watch it on your own time when it's convenient for you. And then they'll also be uploaded into a database that you could go in at any time and watch. If you missed, let's say, something from a couple of weeks ago, you can go in and watch that. And it's broken down into specific areas, virtual parties, follow-up, how to close a sale, the invite, working with your team, how to organize your business, getting started, customer service, recruiting skills and tactics. So anyways, those are just some of the topics that we've got organized and that we'll be creating some weekly video content and trainings for you. Okay? Thank you everyone again for all of your support. I'm really, really proud of where we've come from and what we have right now. I know that we're just getting started. We've got great things in store for you as you guys continue to give me feedback. I promise to not be under the radar like these last couple of months. We're really, really excited. We've got a team put together now and more teams and groups being organized to help so that I'm not really on my own developing the system. I need the input of each of you. This is a field-driven system created by the field for the field. Okay? All right, everyone, have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you hopefully next week.